Hello to everyone. This video will be a description, mainly a technical description about this embroidery piece that is at the moment the last piece that I finished, and it took me almost a year to make. So I did make some pauses in between, a few weeks or even a month, for various reasons, but also to actually source materials, because I tried to use as many vintage beads as possible. So around 200 hours plus. I haven't counted the design process, the copying part, and at first also I was just really eager to start making it, so I didn't count the hours of attaching the sequence using Lunéville technique or these golden quartz. Actually it's metallic moulinet, couching it. So after that I started to be more precise and really write down which element took how much time, and also it was possible for me to count then, like to multiply them and understand how much for me it's going to take on a specific day. So it is based on an old dance booklet from year 1933, when the performance took place in Cairo, Egypt, and that's why here is displayed the name of the palace where the performances took place, and it says program, because inside the booklet there really was a more detailed description of the dances that the trio performed, and pictures of them performing different types of dances. And so the main booklet cover was bigger than that, this Arab or Islamic style. It had more panels. I only used the central one, and I altered it slightly to be more abstract. So some of the floral parts are very tiny kind of curves and ornaments. I made them a little bit more simpler, also to be able to use the sizes of these materials. And basically the starting point was the size of the sequence, so that the geometrical pattern, which is made out of 3mm sequence, was exactly the width of this line on the design. And so all these other measurements basically came from that, because this was something I had to lay down first so that it would all be correct, and it really depended on whether I use a 3mm or 4mm or 2mm material. So it started from this bronze matte sequence. But going back to the fact that it is from 1933, I tried to source materials that would give more of an antique look to this piece. And I was able to find some seed beads and various other glass beads from the 40s, from Czechoslovakia or Northern Bohemia. And I counted at the moment that I have used 9 different vintage beads. So the oldest ones are actually from Venice, and I'm really happy that during a trip to Venice I was able to but somebody really gave them to me, these old seed beads in different sizes, the blue ones. So these some of those really were older than 100 years, and I really like this kind of like porcelain color here. So these 2 beads here are vintage and the oldest ones in the piece, but also the blue one here, then these bugle beads. Here there are some bigger bronze seed beads and round golden beads, and this this more like bugle type of well, it is actually pretty short, it's like 2 to 3 millimeters. This is also vintage. So golden, amber, blue, and overall also these red ones. So 9 different vintage glass beads from 1940s or older than that. Other than that, I have used sequins, golden sequins, very dark blue that actually have like a splashy effect on them, but because I have used them not flat but like in a raised form where I have actually even pinched them so that they would hold and create this three-dimensional effect. These are the main sequins that I used besides the contours. Also tiny golden ones in different colors, and on the sides various matte ones, also these kind of wine red or like burgundy color. Then, oh, actually I found, yes, these are also vintage Venetian, so it's 10 vintage glass beads at the moment. Looking at these sides now, there are various silk threads used, so flat silk. Here is also a silk moulinet, cotton moulinet. Then here I have used some vintage, a little bit thicker silk threads, and in the technique of French knots to give it kind of like a marble surface in a way, and so that it would be also raised. Then all these golden parts all over the piece are bullion or pearl, however you would like to call it. So basically metal spiral. Here these forms, here the chip work, the cut work, mixing the different colors and lengths with some silk threads again. Then here I created a very kind of tiny, like a basket weave style surface with that same bullion, which is like textured here. Also these bronze ones, bright check to be more precise, have been used here. Tiny glass seed beads, Japanese ones from nowadays. Also various Swarovski crystals. Here are these electric blue ones, bicones, also some bigger stones in settings, and also I created a little ornament or decoration with bullion or pearl around it. Then what else? Okay, here also are some extra tiny 3mm Swarovski bicones, and here I have used guipé. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. My French is very like non-existent, but it's also called broad plate. So, but it is made in France, and I ordered it from a French company where it said guipé. So you can also find it with that name. Then here, this is actually the only part that is not natural, in that sense that it's not silk, but it's rayon. And am I missing something else? So these are the main materials. Also that same broad plate here, more sculptured, and some essing next to it. Then I also created these little corners. To me, the concept was that they are like photo corners. Like back in the days, people used to put analog photos into albums and use little paper corners. So this is like a fancier corner that connects these different cords. And this is, I think, something, yes, which was my little invention, and later on I found out that obviously there are more works that have used it, but I wasn't even sure if it's going to work. So for example, here I tested a little bit with a specific glue and gold leaf, and it seemed that it works. So I used literally gold leaf here. I drew the pattern, I applied the gold leaf around it, then I cleaned it up with a brush, and then I embroidered these thicker vintage also silk threads in the technique of French knots inside here. So to me these areas actually remind of a geode. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but it's, if you think of an amethyst in a natural form and what you see inside there. So these are like this kind of slightly spiky ends, and you see into this world there. But these cords are from a really nice old workshop in Athens that is now part of Benaki Museum. It's called NEMA passementery, and they still do custom orders for clients. So these are all woven there, and it consists of 3 different layers. I tried to create an interesting border also because the original design of the booklet featured many borders, and as it is going to be framed, then it will create even more of a, let's say, like layered or structured or architectural feel in the end, when I will also add a passepartout, a frame. So yeah, there are many options what to do. So different couched cords here, and I'm not sure if I find anything else that I haven't mentioned. And this one is also from the NEMA passementery, and I attached it actually not by couching, but I was able to kind of stitch through it because it wasn't so densely woven as, for example, this golden cord and this red and gold mix, which I can't really go through. So here I was able to go through it, and I was able to kind of let's say put the material more like evenly on this surface, like distribute it more evenly, in a sense that it's not so much like a cord, but this kind of a little bit like textured surface. Here are also some little glass beads. I think they were also Swarovski crystals, if I remember correctly, and also some Czech glass beads here that have a slightly like porcelain or ceramic feel. They are from this specific line, and here I have used pearl around all these letters. So it actually has very many let's say like layers or lines, but you really have to go in with a magnifier to see it, because first of all I used just golden machine embroidery metallic thread to create the outline using Lunéville hook. After that I started to use this textured pearl, which has like a frosty look and reminds me of velvet. Then I was able to source these vintage glass beads and fill in this area. Also, what it reminds me is this kind of Art Deco style, how jewelry was made. These tiny pieces, usually squares, but I tried to fill it in the same way that it reminds me of this kind of old style of making jewelry as well. And so the last moment, the last step was that I added also this pearl around it so that it would make it even more precise, and yeah, hopefully not shift when everything is ready and I'm taking it off the frame. So this is most of the these are most of the techniques or materials that I used here, or like the approach that I took. And yes, these ribbons and cords from NEMA is something that we're waiting, some of these actually for 2 years even, or something like that. And so it was perfect to use them here, because I think they have this nice antique feel. They are quite three-dimensional and very like opulent overall. So because the performance and the trio, the dancers, they did travel a lot, I have been able to also find lots of materials from my own travels and just source them from these old stocks from different eras, so that this whole piece would make more sense. The concept of it, and the fact that it should hold history and stories inside. And now it is waiting for the last step, which is framing. And as there are many options color-wise, format-wise, I'm giving it some time, and maybe I even not framing it where I'm based, but somewhere where I could find maybe more Arab style, very intricate ornamental frames. So I'm not rushing with it. If you have some questions about some materials or techniques, you can leave it in the comments or contact me on Instagram. And I hope that you found some ideas, maybe looking at it, what to combine with each other. And lastly, what I'm going to mention is that it has a little bit of weight to it. I tried to weigh it, and it's around 150 grams if the scale was correct. And if I'm holding it, then it really has this kind of a feel of a carpet, especially because it looks slightly like a carpet as well. I mean, it could be, whether on the wall or on the floor, but yeah, it is, it comes with a weight, and kind of feels nice actually, in that sense that it's not something light as a feather starting from this almost transparent material that really doesn't weigh anything, and ending up with something that was already slightly kind of, dripping down on the frame. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.